say it with me, fearless in unity and limitless in life. We are so happy to be with you all here in the sanctuary, and we want to welcome everyone who's online watching. Hello. Thank you so much for being here with us. And we invite you, whether you're here in the sanctuary or home watching, to like and share our service and help us get our message of love out there to the world. And okay, everyone, it is time to rise up wherever you are and let your light shine and sing with us. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Come on, everybody. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thank you. Thank you so very much. You know, we asked for the light, and the light has been brought. So thank you, thank you. And you may be seated as you are. And I'd love to introduce this wonderful band to you today. We have Lynn Hart on piano. Our friend Brian Jones on the drums. Woohoo! We have Lynn's beautiful wife, Emily Hart, on vocals with me. And I am Suzanne Soul, holding down the fort for Amy and Jesse this week. Thank you. And, you know, we are just part of what makes this service so wonderful. So we would like to thank our sacred service volunteers this morning, our ushers and greeters, those holding vigil, those praying with you after service, and a special shout out to Rich Townsend for a beautiful, beautiful meditation today. And we have meditation from 9:30 to 9:45 before service every Sunday, if you'd like to come in and get some peace-centered quiet before service. And now, please welcome our amazing host and spiritual leader, Rev. Claudia René.
And to everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here today. It is just a joy and a pleasure. Do you feel it when you come in here? That something shifts, something happens, that you are among family. Hi there, good to see you. That you're among family. And so what I like to say, and my way of saying this, is that this body has the name of Claudia, to say to you that I am so much more than that, and that what and who I really am is I am an extension and expression of light and love, and that we are all that. And so I just invite you to introduce yourself to whoever is next to you and just say, this body has, and say your name, and then say, but what I really am, and say something expansive and fabulous about yourself. Go ahead and do that right now.
Sorry, I forgot my script.
You didn't?
I had to run and get it.
Oh, you did good. Okay, Brian? So I know we really don't like each other that much, but she lost the crowd early. Brian? Awesome. Awesome. Wonderful. So now that we're connected, like really connected with one another, I just want you to take another breath and now feel that. Is there a vibratory field, a difference in, is the heart space perhaps open just a tad more? Because really what we're here to be and do is to connect and share with one another. And so this is Unity of Naples, where I know love to be an everyday experience and where we anchor the principle, the powerful principles of spiritual truth in our lives, beginning with the recognition of an omnipresent, omnipotent, love intelligence, power and presence that I call God, that I actually know to be love as our source. And then that each of us is a divine emanation and one with that. That is our foundation here. And from there, that is how we are able to be fearless in unity and limitless in life. So thank you for being here today. And what we're going to do today is the first Sunday in November. What do we do on that first Sunday? It is. Man, you guys are on top of things. Thank you. So I'm going to invite anybody who was born in the month of November to please stand. Let us recognize you. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Are you too? Wow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. So we recognize that this is your appearance month, when you appeared in this experience, and we're so grateful that you have. And so we celebrate you this month. And now I would like to invite anybody who's here for the very first time to please stand so that we may just love and recognize you. We're not going to ask you to do anything goofy. Thank you. Thank you. And as you are standing, let the community please bless you with this. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And so we hope that you feel that. Thank you for joining us here today. Dennis Sanders, a longtime member of the community and a member of our Board of Trustees. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend. Good morning, Unity. Yes, I'm Dennis Sanders, board member. Can you hear me? Let's do it again. There we go. Good morning, Unity. I'm Dennis Sanders. I'm Dennis Sanders, board member and a member of Unity, period. And it's a pleasure being here. It's a pleasure being your platform assistant today. Now, I invite you all to stand and join in with me as we recite our vision and mission statements, followed by a call and response of our November affirmations, which are printed in your bulletin if you'd like to follow along. First, say with me, our vision. We are co-creating a world that recognizes our wholeness as individuals and our oneness as humanity. Our mission. We inspire and nurture each other to awaken to the truth of who we are, the embodiment and expression of love. Thank you. Our November affirmations comes from the Daily Word. Please repeat after me. The spirit of peace is my well-being, centered in divine wisdom. I know the way to go. I am one with the flow of divine life. I live in joyful expectation. I know God is my source. One God, one life, one mind, one heart. We are one. And so it is. Amen. Please stay standing. Take a moment to greet your neighbors and give some love out, okay? What'd I do?
You did nothing. You're perfect.
Greetings, greetings, greetings.
Use me, oh
Good morning.
God, I stand
Good morning,
for
folks. Nice
you.
to see you this morning. Good morning.
And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, and God needs us to shine His light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do, as you show me all that I must do.
And so we take a breath right here with that powerful, prayerful song. And we join in a unified field of consciousness where we know that God is, peace is, love is, beauty is, that we live and move and have our being in this powerful presence that loves us, that loves each of us into creation and extends itself as us, as creation itself, such that we may be the light, the peace, the joy that exists and is anchored beyond the appearances and the conditions of the world. And so how grateful I am that as we are unified in this consciousness, that we're unified with one another. And that as we know who we are, we also remember that all power under heaven and earth abides in this consciousness such that we get to decree a thing and it is so. So on behalf of this community, I decree peace. I decree that something wonderful and magnificent is happening as this gathering. I bless all those who are here. I activate and invoke a divine receptivity. And that as we receive, there is a generosity of giving. that we receive what we are here to receive, give what we are here to give, and that together we rise in consciousness and see a world anew. This is how powerful this gathering is. So I declare and decree that it is good, it is very good, it is blessed. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Amen. And we take a breath and allow ourselves to be seated. And if we wish, we may open the body eyes, but know that it is activated from the spiritual eye and the infinite heart as we listen to this reading. Thank you.
Today's reading is from the Daily Word. I honor life's shifting rhythms. Sometimes trying to balance my schedule, meet my obligations, and even find time for the things I enjoy can leave me scrambling to figure out how to fit it all in. Today I take my cue from nature and notice the rhythm of the seasons and the tides, the cycles of growth, the order that underlies all things. I appreciate how seamlessly the natural world balances itself and restores itself to harmony. The gift of harmony and balance lives in me. I honor myself when I flow with it instead of forcing my will upon it. I listen to my body's many signals. I rest when I'm tired, eat when I'm hungry, and socialize and seek solitude as I need be. As I care for myself, I find balance. A quote, "For there is nothing better for people under the sun than to eat and drink and enjoy themselves." Ecclesiastes 8:15. You know, I really skipped over something, Reverend, and my apologies, but amen. It was nothing. Thank you. Okay.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and torn. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. Yes, you'll never walk alone. when you walk through a storm. Hold your head, you gotta hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark, because at the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain. Though your dreams be tossed and blown, walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. No, you'll never walk alone.
Too fast, Suzanne. It's like, where'd she go? Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Community, just for your amazing energy today. So, So, the conversation today is entitled Our Sanctuary. Our Sanctuary. Spiritual communities will consider the space that we are meeting in. We'll call it and consider it our sanctuary. And the idea of sanctuary is that it is a place where we can come to where we feel safe. A place where we can come to perhaps to have a reprieve or to escape from the storms of life. And that as we visit these places, the sanctuaries in our lives, that then they become touchstones for us so that we can align quickly, swiftly to that peace, to that peacefulness that we know can abide in the midst of the storms of our lives. Now, our community, our broader community, is still recovering from a storm called a hurricane, a very obvious disruptor of property and of life in ways that impacted individuals and continues to even now. And there are people in this community who are sitting here right now, people who are watching, who have been impacted directly, such that the place that they call home, the place where they lay their head, that home sanctuary has been disrupted. And when that happens, we can feel off balance. And then our time and our attention and our direction is then towards stabilization, towards the normalcy that we once knew, and returning to that. I would suggest that anything that is happening in the outer world can be a representation of that which occurs from within. I know myself, I wasn't physically here, but I know in watching what I saw unfold and the dynamic of the swirling of the dynamic of a hurricane, I know, and I bet you can remember times in your life where that was going on inside of you, where the thoughts are whirling and perhaps out of control, and they seem powerful, and that they can wipe out any sense of peace and safety that you may have, that we may have. And I am so very grateful when I look at life and this experience of being human and knowing that I can come into a sanctuary like this and I can be told and remember who I truly am beyond any outer condition of this world. So to me, there's no greater, more important place to be to anchor what we know as the foundation, the spiritual foundation of our lives. To be a part of a community that not only can recognize a structure, a building structure as a sanctuary, but before you even enter far into the property, there is a sign that reminds us that this whole campus is a sanctuary for all life, and invites us to come here to find peace, to find respite, to be refreshed and to be renewed, so that we may then fill up our tank, so to speak, so that we may be full of spirit as we go out into the world. I am so very grateful that we have this commonality, this touchstone, that the people here have this touchstone, and that it can buoy us up when the storms of our life feel unbearable to us. And as I was preparing for this talk, there is a story, you see, because I consider each and every one of us here. I consider each and every one of us here, okay, let's be obvious, to be called. I consider each and every one of us to actually be called. And it's our choice. We get to choose whether we answer that call, right? We get to choose. But what I would suggest is that Spirit, Holy and Divine, is continuously whispering in our ear, tugging at our heart, attempting to get our attention, to whisper and say, you are my beloved. I got you on the line right now. You are my beloved, in whom I am so well pleased. And the clarity with which we can hear that depends upon our practice of courting it often, frequently, daily, hourly, moment by moment, catching ourselves and asking, this is just way too much fun, catching ourselves and just asking, are you there? Are you there? Thank God. Thank God this is a collective, collaborative experience that we are having, right? And so that call comes in, the line is open, and something is asking for our attention. But what I want to shift and encourage us to do is that we proactively open that line and we begin to ask, are you there? And those moments when the storm is raging, whether it's out in the world of appearances, whether it's an actual hurricane, whether you just got fired, whether your partner has broken your heart in some way, whether you've gotten some sort of diagnosis that knocked you off your center, took you out of your habitation of peace, the sanctuary of your soul. And it is only through the habitual practice of pausing in those moments, in those storms, and taking a breath and remembering, oh yeah, I'm having a human experience, but what I am is spirit, unlimited and free. I walk not alone. I am connected continuously. And while everything in this experience that we chose, in this experience is here, not to take us out, but to help us remember. They are all stepping stones for our awakening. And so it's our practice as disciples, as students, as followers of a teaching of truth, to be the ones to pause and ask and to make that call. Okay, come on. Where is it? That was your cue. Where to go? So there is this idea that in any moment we can be on this whole spectrum of consciousness. We can be in the storm, and we can believe that we are the effect of that storm, that it is here to take us out, that it is here to ruin us in some way. We can believe that. And at any given time, we're all there sometimes, aren't we? And so we approach those moments with that breath and with just a little bit of humility to say, you know what, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I'm going to quit feeling that I'm a victim and an effect of the things that are happening to me. And I'm going to begin to take a breath and begin to rise and take some responsibility in my life to do something just a little bit different, to accept fully right where I'm at without judgment or blame of myself or anyone else. You see, this is where transformation occurs. This is it, that choice right there. I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to be present. Boy, does this suck. Boy, this is not what I wanted. This isn't what I planned. And to take that breath right there and to interrupt that experience. And it only comes through practice. So we keep practicing and we practice and we come to the sanctuary and we come here and we remember together and we remind each other without blame, but with love and compassion. Let me sit with you while you go through this storm. Let me companion you. Let me not teach you in this moment, but let me just be with you and love you. Right? And then we rise in that consciousness and we begin to shift. And when we begin to shift, things begin to shift. We can begin then to see that which we thought was taking us out actually was clearing us for something different, for something greater. And but for that storm, we would have never let go. Can anybody relate to that? But for that storm, but for whatever it is in your life, you might not have let go. Can you see God's grace in it? Can you begin to see that God's not making it happen to you, but maybe that there is something, some shard of it that is for us in some way? Just that thought, just that interjecting an interruption of that thought pattern something can change and shift. And it's always within us. It's always within us. So Jesus, being the master teacher, and how we teach about Jesus here is that Jesus was our brother, our way shower. And that this being, this beloved being, rose in consciousness such that and practiced what he preached to the degree that he became the embodiment of the teaching, such that he could see beyond the appearances of the world to the light of truth. And he could do that for other people, such that they were healed. And one day he's busy preaching and healing, and it's a full day, and he's got this group around him. And it's, we know them as the disciples, but they're just students. They're just people who see something in him and want to practice as he's practicing. And so they follow him. And they begin to let go of aspects of their life that might be distracting them from following truth. Some of those distractions that we might let go of is thinking that things must be a certain way for us to be peaceful, thinking that conditions have to be just so for us to feel and be love, that we are not worthy, that we were born in sin. Like we begin to let go of those limiting thoughts to follow someone who's saying, no, follow me. And I will make you a fisher of men. I will make you a being who can transact in the realm of mind and ideas, such that you can do these things aligned in this consciousness, the same consciousness for yourself. But not unlike the disciples, we sometimes forget, don't we? We practice, and we're doing real good, and then, man, something comes up, and it just knocks us off our balance. And that's what happened when Jesus and the disciples, after a full day of work play, of preaching, teaching, and healing, they go off into the boat and onto the water of emotions, and the water begins to pick up, and Jesus, he's relaxing, and he's just taking a little nap, but the waters begin to rage and to storm, and the disciples are filled with fear, and they awaken Jesus. And what he does is he looks at them and he says, "O you of little faith, why are you so afraid?" And then he rebukes the storm. He slaps that storm around. He rebukes it. And he says, "Peace, be still." And what happened? The waters became still. And the disciples were like, whoa. They've seen all these healings, but they're like, whoa. He commands a thing, and it is done. The teaching heretofore has been that only this individual could do that. And yet he taught, "Follow me." He was commanding with his word. He didn't just rebuke the water. Sometimes he'd walk by people and he'd look at them and they'd be wanting something from him, and he would say, "What hinders you? Pick up your mat and walk. What doth hinder you? It's not the storms that hinder us. It's what we make them mean. It's not the storm. It's what we make them mean about us. Okay? Such that you can begin to say to the self, peace, be still, to the storm of your thinking, the storm of your mind. Peace, be still. And it responds. It responds. It's a responsive universe. This is who we are. This is who we are. And part of my ministry is to claim that for us. And part of my ministry is to evolve a teaching that we have received and embody it and allow it to rise in our consciousness such that we take responsibility. We make the call. We go to the sanctuary. We pause. We rebuke the thought with a denial and say, get thee behind me. This thought and this thinking has no power over me if I choose to deny its power. The storms of your life, I know you may not believe it right now, the storms of your life actually have no power over who you are, have no power over what you are, and have no power over how you serve. None whatsoever. And how we evolve our teaching is by practicing it in all things. Like there's no exception to what I'm saying. Like none. Even death is not an exception. Because all death is a rebirthing into life. We just can't see it right now. We move and are birthed through a canal into a new experience. This experience serves its purpose. And however we segue through that canal, through that bardos into another experience, we can only see then was for us and not against us. Where is our faith? Are we going to begin to live our lives as if this teaching is actually true? Always. Oh my goodness gracious, as we do that, look out. Look out. It is everything. It is the greatest gift that we can give to ourselves and give to all of those who are in our sphere of influence. And so then we become the declarer, the decreer of the truth. And lo and behold, life responds according to our belief, our faith. And we build that through practice, and we build that by gathering in sanctuaries. I decree and declare this space as a sanctuary. I decree and declare that this campus is a sanctuary. I decree and declare that we continue in the vibration of those who came before us to build it in such a thoughtful, powerful way that it endures storms. And that it is our privilege to pick that up and continue forward so that we continue to be a sacred, safe sanctuary, to explore and expand these principles of truth and to buoy one another up so we can breathe during the storms of our life. This is what this community is dedicated for. This is why we're here. This is why I'm here. So if there's no mistake about that, I'm not here for anything other than this. Oh my gosh. And I am so grateful to have the honor and the privilege to speak these words such that I can remember this. I'm divinely selfish. Every word I have said has been for me. Me. But guess what I am? You. Because we are one. And as one rises, we all rise together. So, how do we enter sanctuary? I want to just say something before I do this, and this will be the closing. The next thing I say. This is my interjection. Thank you for always humoring me. I woke up today and I did not want to wear a dress. And I've been having trouble with my shoes, so I thought I'm not even going to mess with that. Not even going to mess with that. Sometimes we just have to suit up and show up. So I decided to suit up and show up bold. Even if I didn't feel that way. Even if I didn't feel it. Sometimes we just have to suit up and show up. So I thank you all for suiting up and showing up so that we could be together today. Thank you. You're beautiful. Yeah. So I served another community. That was amazing and beautiful and powerful, just like you guys. And they had this building that was built by their founder. And it was modern. And it had a flat roof. And it had, it was bold. It was really beautiful. And it was a triangle. And at each corner of the triangle, there was a high point. And the way their sanctuary was built, or where people sat, it was just like this. And then the point went up there. There was a high point. But all the points were equal. And when you sat in the sanctuary, it didn't look quite right. It looked like there was something else intended. And as I looked at their plans, they had a rendering. It was a physical rendering of what their vision was. And rather than the actual sanctuary, the vision for their sanctuary, rather than it being facing this way, we were supposed to face that way. And they were going to build this point that was higher than the rest, and that would be where the platform is, and there would be windows. It was beautiful architectural rendering. And I'm like, what happened to this? What happened to this? And the folks got caught up. You hear about the past and the eras, and people got caught up in the distractions. We didn't have enough money, or we didn't have this, or we didn't have that. And the drama of the lower level distractions, such that there's a buzz that happens and we can't hear the call. And then we're focused on the distractions, so we forget to make the call. You guys are missing all kinds of cues here. And so what I came through for me was that community at some point forgot to keep the main thing. The main thing. Forgot to keep that vision high. Now, it's all okay. There's no judgment in it. It's just an insight, a teaching, a learning. We keep that main thing the main thing. And sometimes our plans shift and change, right? But we allow that because we're trusting what's unfolding, because we're keeping that main thing the main thing. So we're not like judging the lower level things that are going on. And so I'm sharing with this community that we've had some distractions. We've had some hurricanes. Some of us have had COVID. Some of us have had, all of these things that have delayed the plan, right? Such that my talk was about sanctuary, and the next week it's about altar, and then the next week, we're going to be talking about this space for the next couple of weeks. And we're going to come together on what our vision really is and what it really means, not in form, but in consciousness. And as we keep that main thing the main thing, it's going to unfold with ease and grace in perfect and divine timing. And you will be kept informed and engaged. That's my promise to you. But back to the lesson here. It's all part of the lesson. So how do we create sanctuary in here? We create it by making that call, practicing it in all our affairs, by bringing all of ourselves to the main thing. We remember with humility and forgiveness. Humility and forgiveness. Humility, like I may not know, my best laid plan may not be the best thing. It's gotten me in trouble before. I'm willing to let it go. I'm willing to be humble. I'm willing to be taught. And I forgive myself for the judgments that I have. And then I make that call. And I remember my divine identity that God and I are one. I remember, as Rich reminded us in our meditation today, that I, separate Claudia self, need do nothing. Try that one on this week. We do nothing until we're aligned and guided. And then we allow. We allow and accept what is. We allow and remember that which the storm brings to our attention and our awareness in the ways that we're uncomfortable. We allow it. We bless it. And we say something is happening here, and it's good, it's grand, it's glorious, because I'm decreeing it, it will be so. And then we surrender. Folks, we're along for the ride. I mean, we really are. And we are well cared for along the ride, as long as we keep our sanctuary clean and clear. And the main thing. And so take a breath with me, and I invite the music team up. So why do we attend to this in the outer? The outer's just a demonstration of the inner. So we take care of that first, and we keep that main thing the main thing. As we walk, as we forgive, as we become humble. Oh, you got another idea? Okay, well, let's hear that. As we bless our leaders. And so I invite us to allow the music to create the sanctuary in our soul as we declare what and who we are and how we serve.
I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light.
Take a breath. Place the hand before the heart. Breathe into it. And say to the self, I am light. I am light. I am love. I am loving. I am lovable. I am the beloved of the beloved. Breathe that in. That there's a call right now, and that call is calling you. And as you pick up and you listen, something whispers in your ear and it says, oh, you are my beloved, in whom I am so well pleased. And a voice shifts, and that voice becomes your own voice. It's your voice. It's the higher self. It's the Christ within you. It's the voice of Jesus as our teacher that encourages us to say, when you see me, you see the Father, Mother presence. When you see me, I am a transparency for good. Say, I am a transparency for good. When you see me, you see good. When you see me, you see peace. When you see me, you see love. When you see me, you see your sister. When you see me, you see your brother. When you see me, you see you. And it is here that we declare for all, I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am as spirit, unlimited and free. I know who I am as the decreer of my experience. So I decree high and well, and I remember the truth in the storms of my life. I know what I am. I am light. I am love. And that light and love is powerful. And so I keep my eyes stayed on that. And I allow my whole body to be filled with light. And this is how I serve. Allow the arms to relax, the heart space to open. This is how you serve, by being who you are here to be and singing this. And you may rise if you would like as we conclude this prayer, singing, I am light.
I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. I am light. Sing with us. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. One more time. I am light, I am light.
Hold that note. Hold that vibration. Breathe it in. Anchor it. It infuses every fiber and action of your being. Allow it. And open the body eyes. And as you do, bless one another, see one another as the light. That's what we do. We see it for ourselves, and then we see it for everyone else. And the world is anew. God bless you. I love you. Thank you for this amazing experience. Namaste. Namaste. All right. We just keep going from glory to glory to glory. Don't fall asleep right now. This is the most important part because it's happening right now. This is our time of generosity. This is our time of giving. If you have been fed by this experience, know that your givingness, your generosity, your resources, your financial resources actually support us in doing this. Supports this campus, supports this sanctuary, supports this music, but mostly supports the sustenance of the main thing being the main thing, omni-active in our lives as the expression of Unity Naples. And so if you've never given financially, I just ask you to give something. If you've been giving, I ask you to expand it a little bit. And we bless it all. There's no large or small. In God, it is all good. And that our generosity is for us, for you. The giver and the receiver cannot be separated. And so together we bless this gift, we bless this offering, and we say, is it up there? Because I always say it wrong. You guys say it.
Divine love through me blesses and multiplies. Am, have, all that I give.
And how you sing this song is blessing the gift, and we send it forth to multiply the consciousness of the song and your gift and your givingness.
Grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. My gift to you is gratitude. Oh, yes, I'm grateful. Oh, yes, I'm grateful. Grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. My gift to you is gratitude. Oh, yes, I'm grateful. Whoa, yes, I'm grateful. Grateful, grateful. Yes, I'm grateful. Grateful, grateful. Yes, I'm grateful. Oh, yes, I'm grateful.
Awesome. Thank you. Woo. Thank you, thank you. So join us after service today in the gathering room. We're going to do a community wrap with the Rev. I'll be over there probably about 11:30, 11:40. And if you are, whether you're new or a longtime member, we just invite you. We're going to have a chat. I want to hear from you. So it's our opportunity to converse. And I also wanted to say I learned of something new. There's going to be a water blessing also, a blessing of our water here, but then a going around to bless the water in the area. And so that will be after service. You'll see people gathering over there. Please partake of that and be part of that blessing, because as they go forth and carry it elsewhere, your consciousness and energy will go with them. So see, you are non-local beings. Don't miss our country dance and community cookout this Saturday in Celebration Hall. We're moving locations to Celebration Hall, and it is hosted by our amazing Higher Grounds team. Calusa Country is the perfect country dance band, and we'll be cooking up and serving all of your backyard barbecue favorites. Cookout starts at 6 p.m. with live music starting at 7. It's a family-friendly event, so please bring kids, and the kids eat for free. and purchase your all-inclusive tickets at unitynaples.org. So that's going to be fun. Please join us. Back by popular demand, join artist in residence, Suzanne Stoll, for a holiday-themed Zen Doodle workshop where you'll gain new artistic skills by creating stunning, original Christmas card designs with pen and ink. Suzanne will be under the pergola today after service to help you register and answer any questions. And if you have any doubt whether you will leave with something worthy of giving, as part of a Christmas card, trust you have a master teacher there who's going to help you to do that. Don't miss our biannual Crystal Bowl service this coming Thursday. Is that right? But it says October 27th on here. So
You missed it.
yeah, it's facilitated by Linda Collins, so it's the second and the fourth Saturday. You do not want to miss this amazing experience right here in the sanctuary. Please check our website for more information.